between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. Jamal Agnew now to return it. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down. Johnson, and they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say,
and if it's not, you ain't even in the league.
Talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
He was tackled at the...
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv, and you run into a tough crowd.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run here with Swift. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
It's now 3rd and 9.
From the gun, it's McDonald. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 11 yards there and a Lion 1st down.
At the 44-yard line.
Yeah. Be like that.
Year.
It is what it is.
From the gun, McDonald. Finds a man on a crossing route. And able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. It's another 1st down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards.
10 at the 25-yard line.
Back to the running game with Swift. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 19-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. McDonald. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. DeAndre Swift, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards and just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, Next Gen Stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour.
That would be funny.
They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw here. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. They run Montgomery. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well. And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins. And they're open to do it consistently here. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit. Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going. Good sign on the opening drive. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 20-yard line.
Sleep.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Hey, dude.
On play action, they'll throw.
Oh, too good, man.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Cole Kmet, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone to give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Extra points.
I don't know what happened. It glitched.
And we are tied at 7.
Okay.
Each team's had it. Each team
How
has
the hell did that end up under
scored 7-7
there?
here as the kick's away.
Well, that's right. I just got it up before early.
And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback.
It's on the counter.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
They'll run the draw here with Swift. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down. Throwing is McDonald. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
Here's a quick throw right side, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Bears' 45-yard line.
Popping them up. Run.
On second down, Swift. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. These two teams all tied after one.
We're tied 7-7.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Operating from the gun. McDonald. James has it. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. His first catch. Good for 14 there and a first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's a quick throw complete to Galladay. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
At the 27-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the gun, McDonald. This is caught at the 8. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Here's McDonald to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching.
And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. A Akeem Hicks at 6'5", 332 finds his way home for the sack. So on 4th down, the Lions turn it over to Matt Prater for the field goal try.
Oh, we'll do it.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
They ain't going to have year-to-year saves.
It's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
So you have to start it over.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he finds Montgomery complete. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down.
And the Bears 1st down.
On the ground, it's Montgomery. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
2 minutes remaining in the 1st half. 10-7 our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach.
You think that worked?
He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's
I am.
miles away
Well,
and smiling.
And happy.
8 yards there on a 1st down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. They'll drop this one down to Cohen.
That big Bowie.
On the pickup, and it's a 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback
That big
is trained
Bowie.
to really look downfield first before you come back
Just
and make
talking.
a nice safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around.
I'll get
He's
done
trying
with
to
this,
find someone
mission
downfield.
next
He's trying to
time,
move
and
around to
bye.
find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
But if you plan the story, there's only certain missions I can
The
help
throw
you.
right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. McDonald. And tussle for it. This is going to be caught. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
What the fuck?
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. It was Roquan Smith who got his big hand in there to knock it away.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
To throw again. McDonald. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jesse James. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half. And now to give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings us all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
At the Bears' 7-yard line.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. McDonald sets to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Come the fuck on.
Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they
Get
can.
the fuck out of here.
Back to throw. McDonald. And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off.
McDonald's pass intercepted by the Bears. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Oh.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll I'll take it.
So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
But hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
To throw now on 2nd and 10. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Stay alive. Fuck, stay alive. Yo!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he's taken down inside the 30. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. His throw caught right around the 6. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Call that a very strong gain of 24. They'll run with Montgomery. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
Well, Brennan, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
You're too.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. David Montgomery, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears have retaken the lead. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is
What the fuck is that?
Saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that
Somebody
lead.
come fucking get me.
To return, here's Agnew. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape.
If y'all got a little bit of
past
fucking
the
sense,
30.
I'm trying to get Kate Bishop.
At their own 34-yard line.
I'm about to dog in.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Well, they brought the lead into this third quarter, and now they're really stepping up, setting a tone here defensively.
They came right out roaring because you had to know that in the locker room, they talked about setting that tone that you just described, continuing the dominance that they exhibited in the first half.
Go ahead and send me the invite.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. From the gun, McDonald. He'll get this one to Galladay. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Third down, McDonald. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
On second down now, it's Montgomery. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
He can run for it, and he will. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A solid chunk of 11 yards there on the keeper. But fourth down now. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Running for it, Montgomery. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun, McDonald. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. picked off by Jalen Johnson. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him, let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
When you're right there at the where you pick your character, what character you want to be,
outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
Here's a 4-receiver look now. 3 of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now at Ford Field. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4.
Well, it's right there where you go to start mission.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Like you already have to have the
By
mission
Justin
to
Coleman.
it.
3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this fourth quarter deficit. And this series could very well determine our outcome. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Throwing again, McDonald. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
On first down, McDonald. He'll get that complete to Hunter Bryant, the tight end. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Yes, that's where you send it. Press square.
From the gun, here's Swift. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a first down and a gain of 10.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Well, no, I can help you on my feet.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On the RPO, that's complete right side. A gain of 6 there on first.
Complete to Jamal Agnew. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 48-yard line.
On second down, Swift. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
From the gun on third down, McDonald going to throw right side here, complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That catch puts him right at 100 yards receiving now, and it also gives him a first down.
Dude! I'm getting off. I'll
Out of the
holler.
gun, McDonald. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and it's second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, second and 10. They go play action with McDonald. Rolling to his left. He's going to take off with it. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
To throw on third down, McDonald. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Here we go on fourth, Daniel. And this is caught, but they say out of bounds. It would have been a first down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football. So a challenge is upon us. I tell you, close game, fourth quarter. This is a huge decision.
Oh, no doubt about that, partner. A lot has to be riding on this call. And you know it is a tight one because it has to be indisputable visual evidence in order to change it. Now here's the big question. Do they actually have that evidence?
About to find out. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. This now a chance at the very least to burn some clock following that fourth down stop. Points would be ideal as they certainly wouldn't mind some breathing room. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And he goes down right there. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. A quick throw complete into the flat out left. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Out of the gun, running with Cohen. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth-quarter lead. Open man is Galladay, complete. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. He'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 12 yards there and a first down.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's James. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. And oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it.
The game set.
McDonald's pass.
When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee.
Yep.
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions,
And the
get the ball
game's
back
been
for
here the
their
whole
offense.
time.
They
They
had
came
3
back just to
takeaways
hate
in
it.
this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Chicago, it's just their second win here in 11 tries this season. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Lions, their luck may have run out as they fall to 4-7 now in the year. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings.
So it's just what you playing at that moment. Thanks for tuning in,
everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.